Everyone, my name is Derrick. I'm a fifth year in the Department of Immunology. I've been asked to make this short video on what I like about Pittsburgh since the pandemic has prevented a lot of you from actually visiting for your interviews. Yeah, I'm going to provide you with a little bit of Pittsburgh propaganda. So as I started writing down ideas for this video, I realized it would have been a really good like TikTok format, but I've never done a TikTok, and I promised I would have this in by tonight. And it is currently 10 p.m. and I just started, and this is my first take. So we're not doing outtakes. Okay, we're just gonna run through it. Any mistakes, they're just gonna happen. And is this a metaphor for my PhD? Maybe. So I'm guessing a lot of people applying to University of Pittsburgh are maybe a little bit apprehensive about the city of Pittsburgh. I know that I was that way. I wasn't sure what Pittsburgh even was. Like, what do you do in Pittsburgh? You like hang out at a steel mill or something, go like mine some coal. But I mean, rest assured, I was very wrong about this city. When I was having to make a decision, it was going to be between Pittsburgh or New York City. And at the beginning of the whole interview process, I would have told you you're crazy if I was choosing New York over Pittsburgh. But in the end, like it seemed pretty clear to me that I needed to choose Pittsburgh. And there's like a few reasons for that that I'll discuss, but no outtakes. Okay. No. Lost my train of thought. Number one reason I'm coming to Pittsburgh: cheap rent and mortgage. You're going to hear a lot of places probably try to, sell you on their cost of living, but it's really true in Pittsburgh. One thing, wherever you decide to go, you should definitely be on Craigslist or apartments.com or whatever and figure out what it will cost you to live. Are you going to have roommates? Like, how far are you going to have to live from wherever you're working? Those things are incredibly important. And I know if I went to a bigger city, I'd either have roommates for 5 or 6 years, or I could live alone and pay 80% of my salary towards rent. So that was a big factor for me. And I said mortgage, right? Mortgage, because houses are pretty cheap in this city. So cheap that in my 4th year, I decided to buy one in the middle of the city, and I don't regret it at all. It's been an amazing decision. You can, mine's a little bit of a fixer-upper, a little bit of a hobby for me, but you can get really nice house with a yard for less than $1,500 a month easily. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. It's a huge benefit. What else? Number 2, lots of things to do, things and stuff that you can do in your life outside of lab, because we all love to do things outside of lab. We all need to do things outside of lab. So obviously, I mean, Pittsburgh's a small city, but it really has so much. Like, Pittsburgh's South Side is the #1 in the United States of bars per capita. There are breweries popping up left and right. I think there are at least 30 within the city limits. There's 2 that just popped up in my neighborhood in the pandemic. I don't know, I guess people, they either already had a plan or just like, let's make a brewery during the pandemic. But there's a ton of stuff to do. There's good nightlife, there's good food, there's museums, there's art, there's all of it. And instead of just like listing that on, just describing that for you, I did make a really fancy PowerPoint to share with everyone. And so here are just a list of some of my favorites personally, some of my favorite restaurants, what they're called, their neighborhood, and their Instagram handle, and you should definitely check them out. Bars and breweries, and then museums and parks. Some of the parks like Frick Park, Shenley Park, and Point State Park, they don't have Instagram handles. So if you just search their location, you can maybe like run into some influencers in the wild posting pictures, and it'll give you a good sense of what goes on in Pittsburgh. And I think you'll be surprised. If you get a chance to visit before you choose your school, I'd highly recommend it, but it really is a great place. All right, and that's all I have. Good luck.